Hello, welcome back. I would still love to talk about King Paimon, and this recording would be about the powers of King Paimon, the way he works or what powers he uses, and for what effect, for what purpose. And there's always a need for me to understand more King Paimon. It's almost to say the abyss, the endlessness that he represents. It makes one maybe to think that it is so far away, it is so vast, that it's like one cannot find an answer, one can only give up, there is nothing that one can hold on. It is just too much, it's too vast, it's too dark, almost like one fails before starting, or one is not able to navigate that abyss. And the abyss is always like a synonym in this exercise of something that almost scary, that we don't know, we don't understand. The abyss has no end, so it's like what's the purpose if it has no end? It's too vast, it's too dark. How one can find answers, or how one can see anything grow there, what's almost like what's the purpose in trying. And Paimon always finds a way to elevate even in that darkness, even that abyss. It just shows how deep and dark his powers are, and the light, that lightness that he's able to carry. And it's almost like a white cloud, that it is that softness, it floats in the air. It's almost like there are parts that not even the abyss can touch, And the abyss has many different meanings. The abyss, is the part that is unknown, the part that still is yet to come, the part that is not yet decided, There's like a magical element of the abyss that even those dark particles of non-light, still have like a magical particle in them, that they find themselves, that they are able to speak to us and give us some answers and give us the things that we need, And King Paimon, he is the ruler of the abyss, and it is a vast domain, that he conquered, and he's the only one who is able to do that. He is the only one who has that power. He found that magical abilities, to dwell in the abyss, to survive in the abyss, to prosper in the abyss, to navigate the abyss, to be the king of the abyss. And I think that speaks very much about who Paimon is. There is like a seriousness to him, elegance to him. At the same time, there's always a modesty that comes with King Paimon. There's always a softness that comes to him. In the same time, he does have aspects that are a little bit more hard to understand. The things that he asks, or the things that he wants to know. Some things are a little more weird or more strange. One cannot understand how things work. That's like it's like that feeling when you see something in the air, and you definitely see this just for a second or just for a few moments, and you cannot explain it, but it is real. It's that magic part of Paimon. He is a magician. He's able to enter our time and space and show us things in the air, floating, or it's almost like a miracle. It shows the power of King Paimon, his magical abilities. And when I talk about him, there's always, I feel like there's a part missing, the part that I still don't know yet. And it is, of course, so, because the abyss is unknown. It is not made to be known. You can only have a glimpse of it. You can only have a feeling, a certain type of understanding. But King Paimon is the only one who understands it all. That's like the difference, and from him knowing it all, or having the domain of the abyss, he's able to communicate with us, no? In that darkness, in that silence, in those moments that we believe that are real. So King Paimon does open a door which is magical, and it is magical with a purpose of a deeper understanding. And there's like to say our world is governed by different laws, which of course exist and they are true, but somehow Paimon is able to change a little bit in those, to interfere in some way or another, always in a very gentle manner, no? He is not destructive, not at all, but it's the way he gives messages. It can be a light, it can be a number, it can be something in the darkness that you see when you meditate with Paimon, when you talk about Paimon, when you say his name, he is always in some way or another there. Sometimes you see things, sometimes not, but sometimes he does show you things. And that's so interesting for me. It's so beautiful to see. And when he shows me things, it's almost like I let it happen. I acknowledge it, no, but then I continue to talk or I'm doing what I'm doing, or my eyes don't move. My eyes are still focused on that place he shows me the thing, no, as long as I can. So it's like I'm open to receive that message, no. There's some type of non-verbal communication. It's much more about the feeling. It's much more about seeing something that it's not there, or hearing something. Sometimes it can be music. So, as I've said, he does work with patterns, no? Patterns in music, in sounds, in the air, in some type of light, dark, or colors. Or he can show you geometrical forms or anything, or a vision. So there are different things, no? But the idea is that it does change, it does change one, because if until one moment you think the world is just makes sense the way you knew it until that moment, in a moment Paimon appears, you start to understand that there is more. There's so much more to be discovered. There's so much more that we don't know, but he knows. That's the meaning of the abyss, the unknown, the unreachable, the unfound, the unseen, the untouched. Those are all domain of Paimon. So I think he does carry a meaning to it. No, it's not for fun. It does have a meaning. It is, for me at least, a feeling of like discovery. No, it's like if I dreamt all my life to almost like to honor the child in me, that I have seen things in the past or felt things in the past that I cannot explain. Paimon, it shows me that it shows me more of that, no? It does make me feel joyful. And by having him with me, it's almost like I don't feel so scared, no? It's like I accept that thing more. While when I was young, I was almost like I didn't have anyone to share that with. So I think it's a quality, no, that one has inside. Of course, others will say, well, it's all nonsense, doesn't exist, no? But there are different people, no, that they have experienced things, even if it has been just a slightly feeling or a slightly thing, or it's just a thing that one sees, in a second, or in one way or another. You hear, and you just feel it inside. There's like a presence. There is like a reason, something that is here to teach you, or to show you something that it is in a way like beautiful. And it's almost like I want more of that. No, it's like I ask Paimon, show me more. I want to know more. I want to see, to be able to understand. And when we think about the abyss, now we imagine it as a cold place, but the more I understand about the abyss, it's less scary it is for me. If in the beginning I imagined it as endless fall in the darkness that is very scary. Now I almost imagine it like a beautiful dark place that things just float in the air, and there's a beauty, a silence, almost like a melancholy to it. It is like an eternal space, a space that is eternal, that time is eternal, no? Like time never stops, time always exists, but it is eternal. It has a different feeling than our world, no? That time is always passing and things change. In the abyss, it's almost like nothing does change really. It's always like a zero potential from where everything comes. There's that beautiful darkness, that beautiful serenity, calmness, almost like a cave that is dark, and then you see the different the particles, the air, there are still things there that exist. And in a metaphorical way, the abyss is, as I've said, is Paimon says in the book as well, it is the part of us that we haven't discovered yet, that we haven't untouched. It's like unseen. It's there, but almost not there, and it takes very fine senses to be able to hear it like a whisper, or see something. It's just a slightly moment, almost like you can miss it easily, but it is there. That's what I believe. And other things, it's almost like there is still light in the abyss. There is still a feeling of life, the abyss is not dead. That's what Paimon says. The abyss is not the end, because there is no end. That's the beautiful feeling of eternity, of eternal love, or eternal life, or eternal cosmos, the element of eternity that accompanies Paimon as well. As eternity is like a very poetic feeling. It gives so much calmness to humans as well, because we receive this pressure gift which is life, but we don't really know what's beyond it, and it creates in human a lot of fear, a lot of sadness. To say, well, if the end is the end, and then we go somewhere else, we travel, or maybe it's just the end, maybe nothing else. We don't really know. And Paimon is beyond that space already, so he knows for sure that there's so much more than we cannot even imagine or grasp, not only that it's not the end, but there's so much more that we don't know. And I'm almost like trying to reach that door that it will open one day, and it will show me some things that will calm my soul, will give me the answers, or will just simply show me something, that will give me the answer without necessarily speaking, that will make my mind understand or remember. There's maybe a certain type of remembering, or something totally new, depends, so that unknown has its own beauty, so there is like a aspect of the unknown is always there. It is finally not far away. We live in the unknown. We don't know what will happen next second. It is finally in our nature as well to live into the unknown. We live in the abyss too. We say, well, the future is a form of abyss, because we don't really know what is going to come. But there is something that tells us, that gives us answers and speaks to us from that space as well. And it's very much connected to the present moment as well, And Paimon says too, well, that future, that abyss is connected to the past in a very strong way as well. And the way it's connected to the past is that to say, well, there are many ways, there are many doors. The timeline is not one straight line, one can go back, one can enter. So it's almost like a loop or a wormhole, or some type of entrance or exits, that we can travel, or we can enter from one space to another, or from one dimension to another, no? And I don't know if we humans are able to do that, but I know that there are beings who are able to travel through dimensions and travel from one dimension or one time to another, no? It's like the different dimensions maybe are correlated with time. That's why I like time in the past, because it's already happened. One can always enter in that space and time again. It's like when you go into the past, no? It can still be the future, because it depends which year you go. You know, it's always like if one being is born very long time ago, but they go into a closer past after they were born or they existed, it is a form of future for them as well, not only the past. I think what Paimon wants to say is that things are not separated as we believe. They all have entrances, they all have doors, there is always a connection from one point to another. And it may seem impossible for us now, or even to imagine, but maybe the first step is to imagine it, or try to imagine it, how it works. So I do believe now there are like supernatural beings that are able to time travel, past, present, or future, and they are free from the physical form in some way or another, or they are able to carry that physical form, but it's different than for humans. I don't know exactly what tools or how they do it, or just for their supernatural powers or abilities, or if they are like from far away from the future, maybe they have different technology that can travel so fast, no? Faster than the light, or faster than time, somewhere or another, that they can enter different spaces or dimensions, no? Through that. So of course the question is how, no? How they do it. That's the thing that we would like to know. It is in a way like in a way floating, or maybe it's connected to different spaces, no? Like maybe our planet Earth too has different places on Earth where there are some type of energy places like that one can travel. So maybe like magical gateways or different energetic points that Earth has, that somehow things change there or are different there, and one can, with the right tool, connect to that and travel, no? Maybe there are some type of portals, or energetical portals, or dimensional portals, or something like that, no? Like somehow invisible to the eye, but for those who know, are able to use them and travel through those portals. It can be even something through the water, or under, or caves, or mountains that carry a lot of energy, or carry something, no, from the past. It can be even something that has to do with crystals, because crystals come from the earth, from deep core of the earth, and they carry a lot of energy, no? And they have some type of properties that maybe go beyond the chemical composition, or what we know about them, or maybe combined, or or in different places put, or somewhere or another. That's the question, no? How? Well, it's not silly, or it's not stupid to try to imagine or try to understand now, even if it seems a little bit out there. But I think that's one good step, no, is to imagine how things like that can be made. I think in Paimon's situation, I think it is something that he built or he discovered by himself, something that I'd say, well, Paimon is not here in physical form, but somehow he has ability to interfere in the physical space, and there's like a connection, no? That he's able to transfer some type of image or some type of message in one way or another. But mostly I've seen it through lights, through things like almost appear in the air, through sounds, music that is actually not there, but you hear it's like, it's Paimon, or visions, almost like dreams or visions. And yeah, so for the book, when I have written the book, he did show me some things that I combined, and it gave me understanding of who he is, and it gave the tone for the book, and some of the scenes that I have written in the books, they were very helpful. And then I decided to make the recordings speaking about the thematics and speaking about Paimon for others as well. Somehow this goes beyond the book itself, it's like some steps further on to understand Paimon and to understand his purpose as well. What exactly, what is the meaning of it, or what's the purpose? What does Paimon actually really want? What is the maybe there's a need of him as well to communicate something specifically, trying to understand more of it. Like, I didn't want to stop with the book. My connection with Paimon was strong, and I didn't want to end it there. I wrote the book and now it's ended. I want to keep this connection all my life, and get more and more answers, or try to understand a little bit more. But it's very much more about the connection, to be honest, to not lose that connection. It's something dear to my heart. It's not necessarily that I'm trying to find answers, but that too as well. And I do enjoy very much the visions, or when I'm able to see things a little bit, different, that has nothing to do with the normal life or normal world. It's something beyond that. It is supernatural, in the meaning of it goes beyond the natural senses. It's like humans are able to develop themselves. I think the first step is to be open to that and believe in that, and after it's a question of practice, of understanding. It's almost like the mind, the eye, the heart, the soul has to align itself too. There's always some steps that have to be taken, but and that's what exactly I'm trying to do. And then it's like step by step, one can understand a little bit more, have more understanding. Sometimes the answers don't come immediately, and I don't force them. Sometimes I see something, and then later on I receive the message, or I understand what's the meaning of it. So it's almost like at the right time. There is always a timeline, as I've said, for knowledge as well. Even in the human history, some things have to come at the right time. There is impossible for some things to come before the right time. Almost like some things of the future are already written, or if something is beyond or before that, it will have an effect that should not be. It cannot happen. There are some things that, of course, Paimon too is not. They are not possible. They're not allowed. He knows, like, they are not. There are spaces or different laws that one cannot change. And some type of communication too. It's always like, well, the communication is beyond the word. It's not only a language or the spoken language. There are many different ways to communicate, and I'm learning too about different ways that are a little bit differently, for others as well. And it is a question of the heart too, to understand, well, the heart carries a lot of wisdom, and it carries things that we have forgotten a long time ago, that are still inside us, that we still are able to connect with. So the past becomes the present too. The moment we we remember it, the moment we speak about it, the moment we bring it to the present, and it is enriched with the past and the present. There is something new that comes out of that, and the future is always there, no? So the future is never lost. That's the way that the past is never lost, and the present is like the gateway, the main door to enter in the past or into the future. And so the present is very important, no? For the part that the past and the future can exist. And I will leave this one here. It's a little late, but thank you so much for listening. I will continue with another recording another time. Until then, next time, all the best to you. Bye.